This is the screencast for section 4.5, example 3, solving a trigonometric equation algebraically. So it says find the value of x between pi and 3 pi over 2 that solves the secant of x equals -2. Well, I already know the answer because of my flashcards and because of the unit circle and memorizing all of my trig values and understanding the patterns of trig values too. So if I picture the unit circle, I can figure out what my answer is going to be, and that way make more sense as to what's going to happen in the problem. So I'm looking for a value between pi and 3 pi over 2. Well, on the unit circle, pi is here and 3 pi over 2 is down here. So I'm looking for some angle, some reference angle, whose secant is negative pi over 2, or excuse me, -2. So let's see, I know that my x value would be negative and my y value would also be negative. That would be vice versa. And secant is the reciprocal of cosine, so that's adjacent over hypotenuse. So I'm looking at the hypotenuse over adjacent is going to be -2 over 1. So the hypotenuse is -2. No, hypotenuse is always positive. Hypotenuse is 2. Adjacent is going to be -1 then. Now from your flashcards, you know that theta is going to be pi over 3. Well, pi over 3 isn't between pi and 3 pi over 2. So basically I'm looking at an angle of pi and another pi over 3. So pi plus pi over 3, which would be 4 pi over 3. What I did here was I did the process backwards. I knew what the sides were and I needed to find the angle. I basically did inverse trigonometry, and we're going to learn more about that in later sections. The Now Try problem, number 29, is asking for the secant of x that equals 2. So what angle has a secant of 2? And that has to be between 0 and pi over 2. That's kind of nice. They left it in the first quadrant for us. So if the secant is 2, let's see, secant is again the reciprocal of cosine, so that's cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So I'm looking for 2 over 1 is the hypotenuse over the adjacent. So the hypotenuse is going to be 2, the adjacent side is 1, and I'm looking for that theta. Well, I believe that is going to be pi over 3, very similar to the last problem that we did. And there's your answer.